It's Friday. You know what that means. And we're back. Episode 77. This will be the first in a long series of burials. This is the Burial of MGK. Considered a roast, but we kill him.
Are we really going with that as the show motto? I thought that was just like a play because it was just good timing. I thought that was we're really gonna dig into him, huh? I gotta
Oh
bring
yeah.
out.
I mean, look, we're no Norm Macdonald, so none of us are gonna have like a really memorable roast here. We're not, considered stand-up comedians. I am going to stay true to my nature, and I'm gonna hit you with some truth bombs about MGK a little later. I'm I'm not gonna be funny with it. I'm not gonna be
We're off
witty.
to a
I'm just gonna
start.
drop logic and truth and prove to all our viewers and listeners that MGK is a talentless hack who's not worth your respect. What is up, Jordan Tupper? Like clockwork, my man is here.
Jordan Tupper,
Actually,
hey man, thanks for coming in and trying to bring attention to this, I guess, burial that we're doing.
Brian's not stoked for this.
I mean, because I did write down some stuff to talk about, and I think the stuff you were covering at the beginning of the show was really good, or before we went on the air was really good. But I understand it's another Friday. I'm feeling good though. We both had some pretty long work days, and I know you got a lot of anxiety to work out. A lot of
I got anxiety and beef with the hotel, so yeah.
oh yeah, I never heard about that. We have to discuss that. I don't know if I don't know if I really want to know. Apparently,
Honestly, dude, it's not even
can you
like what
share
you think
some
it would
light
be.
details? Can you share exactly
It's
what
it's really
happened?
simple, dude. You think that I would like while out or assault someone at a hotel over some like petty shit, like
No, I do
you
not
know,
think you would
I'm losing
assault
at my
somebody.
fantasy football team and I went upstairs and assaulted security. No, it
Did you
wasn't
win
like
this
that.
week? Did you win this past week?
I did not win this week, but it's okay.
Ooh.
I thought I was gonna lose badly, and I lost by maybe like 10 points. I had a great performance by Derrick Henry, put up 47 points, and I still lost. That's because I bet poorly on three players that netted two goose eggs and one 4 point game that was piss poor, pathetic.
You
Uh,
played him, or that's who was on your bench?
no, oh, I played those people.
Oh
My
no,
problem is
two
I'm
goose
I'm really
eggs
I'm
to
really
your
content with
team.
my team, but the problem is I have two guys who I spent really high draft picks on, receivers Michael Thomas and Odell Beckham Jr., and I haven't been able to utilize them. They weren't playing the first 2 weeks. Michael Thomas is still out, and Odell is starting for the first time this season this week, so I'll be starting him.
I was really surprised you went Odell Beckham. I didn't think that he was gonna go when you took him. I didn't think you would be the guy to take him.
He
And
was the only big name guy that I could rely on week in and week out to start. Like obviously you want to get a star player, someone who puts up numbers, but I've played fantasy enough that I know what I need is a number one. I just need the number one receiver on a team, someone that's going to be able to put up like, I don't know, over 15 points. And I think Odell's normal performances are like that. I expect him to have some stinkers and put in like a couple bad performances. But dude, you look at it. I also have Jarvis Landry. I've been using him. He's now out. Odell's the number one option, and there's a gigantic drop off in talent from him to the third and fourth receivers. I mean, you're talking about slot guys that were fired by poor teams that are now hanging out in Cleveland. So I'm feeling a little more confident heading into this week. Matt and Brian, what's up, fellas? How you doing? Another day, another
hey
dollar.
man, how are you,
Jordan talking
Dominator?
about Aaron Rodgers, so he probably lost week one, and he says he won that this last week. Yeah, he had a good performance. I actually jumped and picked up Jameis Winston because of that good first week, and I didn't like my backup Ryan Tannehill. I actually like him as a player, but the week that Josh Allen has a bye, and I would go to start Tannehill, he plays Kansas City, so I don't want to start him. So I have Jameis Winston, and if I need to move, like, dude, fuck it, I'll go get a Justin Fields or whoever I need to. I'm rolling with Josh Allen till the wheels fall off.
That's a fair move, I guess. That's a fair move. I was surprised that Lamar Jackson didn't do better this week, and now apparently he's I don't know. I don't know. I got to make a decision there. Trevor Lawrence
Lamar
did.
Jackson worries me because he's like,
Mm-hmm.
I'm not
Mm-hmm.
sold on him as a
Mm-hmm.
passer. I'm not sold on him as a runner.
But he scores. He's been scoring.
He
So for
scores.
fantasy, he's great.
He scores. He's probably going to come out with a winning record. But I mean, you look at other quarterbacks. I think Derek Carr is a safer pick than Lamar Lamar Jackson, especially this season. Derek Carr, he's like one of the passing leaders. He's done really well. Fourth quarter drives, dude's lighting it up. People aren't giving him enough credit. Derek Carr, that's the man. Any other sports news? Man, we're only covering sports really because of the fantasy football.
Sports are well, yeah. Jon Jones got arrested, but I mean that's not.
Jon Jones got arrested for fucking domestic assault again.
Yep. 5 hours after being inducted into the Hall of Fame for a match he had with Alexander Gustafsson at UFC 156 or 165, one of the two. I'm getting them backwards, but yeah, man, he can't seem to catch a break when it comes to fucking up his own life, you know? And like you think that the guy would maybe have a better head on his shoulders, but he's naive to stuff, I think, and he's just, I don't know, in a weird spot. And what's crazy is I think he's more sought now than he has been like his whole career, for the sake that he already does have this name as like the best fighter in the world, and now, you know, you're moving up to heavyweight where truly like that is the baddest dude on the planet. Same goes for pro wrestling. If you're the world heavyweight champion, you're the best. You're the best. There's no questions asked. And that's how it is in the UFC, you know, and really some other main leagues world titles, right? Kind of like wrestling as well. You know, Bellator is fairly big, one championship, the World Series of Fighting, it goes on. But, you know, to want to go to the heavyweight division of the UFC and to be highly sought after, to think that you were going to be coming in to a title shot, like, that's big shit. And you just went and fucking took a big shit on it, man. Like, what are you doing? I don't understand. I don't understand where this behavior or this attitude comes from. You literally have gotten chance after chance after chance with the crowd, and, you know, we're seeing the same signs in McGregor, unfortunately. Speaking of Machine Gun Kelly, you know, I feel like Machine Gun Kelly has taken some decent hits throughout his career, and unfortunately, one of them wasn't Conor McGregor. And, you know, the MMA guys are
everyone forgot that they had a little scuffle because he came out and like started acting like a fool. No, I really feel like everyone forgot that shit happened. Like, it's like we started the week with that, and then we quickly go into like MGK beefing with another artist more successful than him.
You don't follow MMA. Well, okay, I can see that, but on the McGregor side, it is not left, because on the MMA Twitterverse, he is getting lit up. He had one of the worst first pitches I have ever seen of any athlete in my entire life. Listen, man, if you're gonna throw the first pitch at a baseball game, fucking practice. Practice for 10 minutes. I was thinking about this the other night. If I was to be lucky enough to throw out a first pitch and they were like, "Hey, Brian, you want to do this?" I would have 100% thrown like a solid 20. You know, to like someone. I mean, anybody would have just thrown a glove on, I think, and caught a couple with you. You fuck. The pitch was horrible. Did you see it? Machine Gun Kelly deserves to punch McGregor because of that stupid pitch that he threw. Oh, shit. Man. Anyways, back to Machine Gun Kelly or wherever we were going. Sports news. I had to bring up the Jon Jones thing, and MMA guys, we're just taking L's, you know? That's what sucks about MMA is it's all been L's lately.
I mean, dude, Jon Jones, I'm never giving him a pass again. Like, dude, how many domestic assaults until, like, do you have a punch card? Is that what it is? Is he trying to, like, get, like, a free sandwich with these shits? I mean, it's absurd. Like, this is a guy that a lot of UFC people say is the best fighter ever. And now you can't celebrate the motherfucker because he's got this. Like, this is obviously what he's about.
Yeah, unfortunately.
I mean, I look at it like there's a lot of Mice and Men fans who probably like really liked and respected Austin Carlisle, and now you can't really look at that legacy with respect. At least I hope not, if you're sane.
From my understanding, they don't play much of early. They play no Shaylee stuff, and for a fact,
Shaylee Dayshell Borgett can get fucked too. What an asshole!
They probably
manipulator, abuser, all around shitty dude. I mean, you should know something's wrong with them when they say their favorite Deftones album is Saturday Night Wrist. I don't fucking trust you.
I mean,
think about that, Brian. If you have a discussion with someone, and they're like, my favorite Deftones album is Saturday Night Wrist, wouldn't you be like, that's weird? Because they have, like, I don't know, 8 better albums than that. I mean, if you like the band, you think you would know, but then again, the dude, like, buries his vocals in filters and fucking has to beg for sex. Fuck him. So there was a crazy story that came out of Birmingham, Alabama.
Oh no. Oh
I
no.
know. When I say Birmingham, Alabama, I know you're thinking all sorts of fucked up shit. It actually has nothing to do with pickup trucks, MAGA, or any sort of race riots. There was a POD concert, innocent enough, and 2 people were kicked out of that concert. They returned, suspect allegedly drove his car into the Zydeco bar shortly before 10:30 p.m. on Tuesday night, September 21st. They fled the scene but was quickly apprehended by police. Only one person inside the bar suffered injuries. If you're kicked out of a venue, do you return by driving your car through it?
I mean, it's clear that he was just a super fan and was trying to recreate that one music video POD had when the dude got sideswiped by the truck. Clearly, that's what he was trying to do. I think I recognize that as a
I
POD
can't even
fan.
remember that. Oh my god, you gotta be
Anybody
kidding
else?
me.
Yes, actual facts. The fucking their banger song that they fucking had. They were on a freeway. Homeboys eating a bag of Doritos gets fucking sideswiped. That's how you knew POD crossed over into the realm because they were actually allowed to show the Doritos like logo in the music video. That was all over like MTV, and they just got side yanked, bro. Yeah, look into it. That's all he was doing. He's a
POD
super fan. That's all.
POD was like what 99 2000 they came out. They had that
Yeah,
Southtown song.
Southtown
All
was
right.
'99, I believe.
Yeah, and it was pretty hard for the times. You know, they sound cool. They had that new metal vibe.
It was great.
And
Yeah.
I specifically remember kids coming to my middle school, to my school, wearing shirts sold illegally outside the POD concert. Okay. What does POD stand for?
I believe it's payable on death.
Correct. They're a Christian band.
Correct.
POD has never stood for people on dope, but these t-shirts said people on dope. And so until about 2001, I thought POD was a hardcore gang-banging drug-related band.
Well, wait a minute. Hold on.
They were bootleg
I
t-shirts
know.
sold outside the show.
But listen, how do we know that they weren't like meant to be like, satirical? Kind of like when
Because
Census
the
Fail,
band had nothing to do with it.
when
It's
Census
like
Fail
those
did.
dudes at Chavez
I
Ravine that sell
understand.
fake Dodger jerseys.
I understand, but like when fucking God damn, I was just gonna fucking name the band when Census Fail did Homocore because Homeboy came out and fucking was like, "Oh, I sleep with fucking transvestite or transsexual hookers," and basically outed himself as being a fucking bisexual, like not a predator. He just fucking liked paying hookers to blow him and fuck them. It's kind of weird. So they made
Are
homocore
you talking
shirts.
about the Medic Droid?
I'm talking about Buddy Nielsen from Census Fail.
Oh.
I'm talking about our boy Buddy. You know, the dude's got a wife and fucking kid and is fucking a madman and a fucking phenomenal vocalist and he just likes banging trannies, dude. It's just this, this fucking thing.
I mean, hey, dude, chicks with dicks is an acquired taste, but once you taste
Whoa.
it, you know.
Whoa, bro, what?
What?
You
What?
are a truck driver, technically. You're a truck driver, sir. Don't make me.
Tranzig. Oh my god. Dude, Danzig goes Tran and calls it Tranzig. That'd be brilliant.
Muff Flash. I love that screen name. Muff Flash. That's a screen name winner for sure.
I thought it said
Mufash.
Mufasa.
Mufasa, it does. I thought it said Muff Flash.
Brian can't read for shit.
Oh, that's my next screen name, though. Muff Flash for sure. Hashtag Muff Flash. Can we make that a fucking name? Let's go, baby. It's Friday. I was tired coming into this episode. You've woken me. You've awoken me from my
Yeah, this is
slumber,
actually one of the
bitch.
rare episodes we're only going 15 minutes, so you have a minute and a half to state your claim on MGK. Anything left on POD? People on dope?
No. I'm glad
Is that
you're
a cooler name than Payable on Death? Because, dude, like, we listen to a lot of Christian bands, and there's a lot of cool ones, and they have way cooler names than Payable on Death.
Oh, man. I mean, I think back then that was, think of, not like snot wasn't an acronym, but it was still 4 letters. I think you had to have a short name. You couldn't do Payable on Death as the band name because that at the time when, oh man, what?
It
You're
would have
not a
been
death metal.
stupid, nah.
Yeah, you're not a death metal band. You're not like a heavy metal band, really. You're like this new core hip you're like, you do have some rap, you're a fucking newcore band, or a new metal band, and to have a full name like that, it wouldn't have fit Marquise, it wouldn't have jived, it wouldn't have fit the way of spelling things, Limp Biscuit with the Z, Corn with the K, and a backwards R, or whatever they did, POD, Il Nino, the play on words with shit, like,
Yo,
Stain.
shouts to the boys in El Nino, dude.
Oh, they're the fucking best. Yeah.
Marcus Leal, shout to
Yeah.
him. The Cowboys suck, but you're still my boy.
Hell yeah. And shout out to my boy Andrew. He just went and saw fucking Corn and Stained, bro, in fucking Phoenix. What a show. Are you
Yo,
talking about Corn and Stained in fucking 2021? Boy, let's go. What a
big
show.
shout out to Aaron Lewis giving me a migraine this weekend when we drove back from the beach. My chick put on Stained radio because, she's not like, into core bands and shit like us. And she's definitely not going to put on the West Side Gun. So she put on
How old is
Stained
she?
radio.
How old is the missus?
She turns 17 next week. No, she just turned 30, dude. Tis a joke, Brian. Tis a joke.
Okay, well.
Let's
bring back the Dusky chant. Let's bring back the Dusky chant. Dusk, 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 dusk.
The legal age of consent in my country is, no.
You know what comes next?
If you start another chant for We Fuck Kids,
Duskies. What was that, Matt? What was that?
Brian named his fantasy football team after a person who's now dead and was in prison for child molestation. So big shouts to Brian and his creativity. No, he was convicted, motherfucker.
Yeah, he was. Full sentence.
Wow. Yo, we got a crazy Dusky defender over here, bro.
No, I'm admitting.
Not a lot of people defending Jerry Sandusky beyond the grave, but here you are. God damn.
Hey man, I give people the benefit of the doubt just because he's
shut up.
He's
no,
benefit
of the doubt. No, that motherfucker was raping kids. He deserves to burn in hell where he's currently at. Yo, by the way, this episode of I Hate the Scene is brought to you by Hell, atoning for all your sins since 0 BC. Wait, since forever, right? Since the I don't know when. Hey, Jamie, when was the Bible written?
No, that's not how time works. No.
Is the Bible older than the NFL?
Absolutely.
100%. Is it older than the AFL?
100%.
Oh, that's fucking bullshit.
How old are dinosaurs?
Dinosaurs?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay.
Sad news in the world of tech, love, and rockets. Elon Musk and Grimes have broken up. I know.
This sucks. This sucks for a couple of reasons. And if I can just get this out of the way. I
feel sorry for their little boy 5'9", 6'3", 550.
Yeah, Claptrap from Borderlands. I feel real bad for him, and I fucking don't understand why. First of all, them being publicized in a relationship was kind of weird to me.
They changed his name to a sound.
The thing with the kid, yeah, exactly. The thing with the fucking kid and naming him all funky. But hey, this just goes to show that separation and parents separating is a fucking part of life, unfortunately, regardless how successful or fortunate you are. You have an artist and a fucking genius, and number 2 for like richest man in the world, number 1 for a short period of time. This sucks. And if they've got like issues and can't work it out, it doesn't make, it doesn't really shine like an influential light on those that were looking to them for like being a power couple or succeeding. And I don't know, it just sucks that it's like, oh, they've split up, and like what's to come of it in the sense of, they got a kid together. That's a big one. And they're already the most fucking busy people probably, I mean, you don't know, but Elon's all over fucking over the place, building rockets, shooting shit into space, fucking changing things, and, putting his hand in the melting pot of the planet. And like, who knows what she's doing? She's all fucking playing raves and, whatever. Okay, cool.
His rockets blow up.
Anyone watching the kids?
No. His rockets blow up.
He's on a very high success rate.
And now his love life is a failure. Bro, what does he succeed in?
Oh, sir, he's very, very, very high success rates with the rockets. Come on, like a fraction of them have blown up. A fraction of them compared
Brian, even 90% is a fraction.
Yeah, but it was less than that. So what's it fucking to?
No, a shit ton of his rockets explode.
Well, in fact, I mean, more were probably successful, to be honest with you.
He has more rockets explode than we have bad episodes. Think about that.
84 of them.
Well, this is episode 77. And I know we've had at least like 7 really good episodes, so. No? Okay, fuck me, right?
I'm looking up this fucking.
I mean, like, Grimes, does she even make music anymore?
I thought so.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's been a while, bro. I don't think they really do anything anymore.
All right, I'm trying to get some intel on how many fucking rockets explode.
It's a lot, dude. He had a lot of rockets blow up.
Yeah, but look at how many successful launches he's had. Matt, it wouldn't be a successful fucking space company if more rockets exploded than not. He's shooting shit into space and bringing it back and landing it. Like, he's like, it's not.
Hey, man, look, Black Licorice tastes terrible, but the company's been fucking in business forever. So don't tell me that, like, you need money to be successful, because somehow Elon Musk is just printing money out his asshole and blowing up rockets left and right. Now you got a kid practically named after a barcode, and now he's probably going to be like the next big thing in rap music because you just split his parents up.
Sir, first of all, black licorice, fucking delicious. Second of all...
No, I swear to God, I'll boot you for that. Take it back.
No, never.
Take it back.
Good and plenty.
Black licorice is disgusting. I would rather suck on the testicles of a poisonous blowfish than ever eat black licorice. Black licorice lives don't matter. Black licorice is disgusting.
I didn't say it. He did.
It's terrible, dude. I would rather, like, name any cleaning solution underneath your kitchen sink, and I would rather drink that.
Fabuloso.
Yeah, bro, you want to talk about Fabuloso? How about those twins that I fed shots of Fabuloso to?
What? When?
Oh God. Okay,
the
Brian.
gross ass twins. Yeah, I remember. At John and Tyler's apartment, right?
Yeah, John, of course, wasn't there to witness the horrible illegal activities that were going on in his living room. But yeah, so these chicks wanted to drink, and I didn't really want to waste liquor on them, and poured a little bit of Fabuloso, thinking they'd spit it out, tell me it was terrible. It was purple. They both chugged it, told me it was a Jello shot. They chugged it, and then afterwards told me, that was good, you have any more? So I stopped pouring vodka in it and just gave them more. That was a different time, though, Brian. Like, you know,
I mean,
back in 2008, like 2007, it was okay to be a little dickhead to people. You know, it's not okay anymore, Brian. It's a different world. It's different times. Cancel culture's a thing. Everyone's got a camera phone. Those chicks might have remembered my name. I don't know.
I don't know.
I'd really like to tell the end of that story, but it'll definitely incriminate one of our friends, and it was gross and illegal.
It was grossly what?
Gross and illegal.
I'm lost, son.
I'll just put it like this. I went to the bathroom. I have no shame about shitting at a friend's house, so I went to the bathroom. Took my time, came out the bathroom, and those two twin girls and your boy Conrad sitting on the couch, staring straight ahead, freaking out.
We don't have to say names.
I'm not going to say the other dude's name, but then our boy, you know, our guitar player, is there laying down on the floor. And there's a girl sitting on his face, and he's just munching her out in the living room in front of everyone.
Sure.
Yep, that was awkward.
Sure.
Yeah, good for her. I'm sure she's like a registered nurse or a phlebotomist or something.
I thought you were going to talk about that time you put Tyler's balls in your mouth.
What? Whoa, what about that time Tyler licked my balls?
Oh, that's right. He licked your balls. That's right.
Yeah, you were going to say he licked... Yeah,
that's right.
He was like making cheese noodles because remember he was vegetarian, but he never ate vegetables. He just ate cheese and noodles.
He used to just throw cheese on the plate and melt it. It was kind of gross.
Yeah, that's true. He did do that. He made some like shitty pack of noodles.
I guess I did too, but
I don't know why he did that. But y'all were like egging him on, and I just like squeezed my balls, so they squeezed out of like part of my hand. I was like, yeah, and he did it. And I was like horrified. I still am not okay.
Matt's lives matter. What is it? Believe every Matt.
My chick said she's ordering pizza, so this episode's about to be 30 minutes long.
I mean, 24. All right, let's get into this roast. Okay, so
I only have one joke written down for the entire roast,
what's
Brian.
The difference, what's the difference between MGK and a dead baby?
What?
MGK's not hanging out in my garage. What? I'm out. You never heard that? What's the
I
difference
saw a
between a
meme
dead
on
baby and a
Facebook.
Ferrari? I don't have a Ferrari in my garage. That's the real joke. Is what's the difference between a fucking Ferrari and a dead baby?
What's funnier than a dead baby with a punctured lung? Dead baby in a clown suit.
What? That doesn't make
I
any
don't.
sense. Hold on, Becca's got another good one that she
I think
fucking
it's
says
just
all the
what's
time.
funnier than a dead baby? Dead baby in a clown suit. What's the best way to put a dead baby in a blender? Feet
Head first.
first.
Oh, I said first. I said head first.
Feet first. So you see the expression on its face. What's the best way to get them out the blender?
Making
Tostito
it.
scoops.
Oh, so gross.
I saw this meme on Facebook that
Oh
stuck with me,
no.
man. It really
Okay.
resonated with me, and
All
it made
right.
me want to like change my way of life. It said, um, "Can you be funny without insulting women or minorities?" And I was like, "Can I? I think I can." And
Oh
then
yeah.
every joke I proceeded to come up with for this roast involved making fun of women somehow. I was trying to equate MGK being a dumb blonde, but every time you say that, you're somehow tying it back to a female, and then it's just a
Oh,
misogynistic
see,
joke.
you're
And
no
then I
stop.
started
You're
workshopping something really raunchy and being like, okay, MGK's blonde. How can I relate this to Jon Benet Ramsey? And then like also call
that was a
MGK a
good one.
dead bitch. And then I couldn't really tie them
Well,
together.
that
I
maybe wasn't the
tried.
best.
Oh, was that was the inappropriate part?
I
And
mean,
I was trying my best to tie them together, and I couldn't. And then I was like, maybe I could do like a list of blondes I'd want to switch places with MGK, and then I could start saying shit like Jon Benet Ramsey. I just wanted to include her in a joke, just because I thought it would be
I mean
a
that's
great way
where.
to moralize her.
First of all, I have like I would say 8 or 9 stand-up sessions, under my belt. Thank you very much. And I have told several a joke that do not have anything to do with minorities and or women. And secondly, I think you had some potential in those blonde jokes, and I don't think you should necessarily censor yourself. We obviously don't have to be fucking bigots out here, but we can fucking say a funny joke as long as it's funny.
Jamie,
Granted,
don't we kind of need to be
granted,
bigots? Yeah,
granted,
we kind of yeah.
we have to be mindful. I think for the most part, our humor is decent enough to come across as humorous. I don't think that we're taking shots that are going to be inappropriate. You're Jean Benet Ramsey. It's been 30 years. We're okay. We're over it. I'm pretty sure we all know the brother fucking did it. We all know the brother did it, and the parents covered it up, and it's a fucking weird thing to talk about.
Whoa,
But
you think the 9-year-old brother did it?
100%, one
All right.
hundred percent.
Because the leading ones, I mean, I don't know why this episode's even about that or why I brought her up, but I always thought it was the parents. I mean, the parents are in cahoots, but you're saying the brother did it like accidentally, and then the parents freaked out, covered it up. Because like, no way does a botch ransom end up with a dead child in the basement. You know what? Fuck her lying ass parents. Okay,
Yeah, I
they're
mean,
involved. And
there's
if
just
that kid was 9 when this happened, motherfucker, when you're 30, you better tell us what happened.
oh, he's over 30. He gets shit for it still to this day. People think that he is the actual murderer. Let's see if I can find this out. Hold on.
I can't. I don't know why
Um,
we even like twisted around and got into that, but that shit's insane. Also, while we're on this subject and we're kind of being serious, I want to R.I.P. Gabby Petito and fuck abusive boyfriends. That's that whole
mm,
search and all the info that's pouring out. We know like very little right now. All that sucks. I have friends that do the van life thing that tour like that, so it kind of hits home. It seems like that could be somebody I know. It sucks if you're in an abusive relationship. Seek help. I mean, we've seen how badly it goes. I just hate seeing that shit on the news, man.
oh,
Sucks.
actually, no. Hey, I take that back. I definitely misspoke. So, what I was gonna reference was a documentary and a couple different things that have aired that speak to it. Unsolved. Hey, what could it be? The parents and or the brother, or why would it be this? Why would it be that? And I do remember there being an investigation into him, Ramsey, I believe, uh, and apparently there have been several investigations that have been dove into him, which is why he's like a leading suspect. And it is just like some weird, it just keeps being a cover up, but these new investigations are because he did do it and whatever, right? That's the conspiracy theory. And apparently in 2019 he did win a case for defamation, and so it looks like that a lot of the stuff that was being said about him,
Defecation?
defamation of character. That's when you defame someone by either saying
I thought it was
false,
defecation of
negative,
character, like you shitting on him.
untrue, or slanderous things about a notable or reputable person. You can get a lot of trouble for it, Matt. So maybe pay fucking attention.
While we're on this subject, and I want to jump
75
off
mil,
it,
by the way.
because we could spend an entire episode on conspiracy theories that we're passionate about, favorite plane crashes,
What?
murders. Shut up! Like you don't have a favorite plane crash. Shut up. Mine's TWA Flight 248. But there's just so much shit that we can get
Tower 1 or
into.
Tower 2?
Shut up. We can get so much stuff we can get into. I just want to know, real quick, without you don't need to explain shit. Do you think OJ did it, or do you think he hired someone to do it?
Nicole, the actual Nicole, 100% he did it.
Nicole and Ron, yeah, both of them.
He did it.
He did
someone?
it. Him.
I
think he hired someone because I find it to be physically impossible to murder them in the way he did and not have just a ton of blood all over him.
Or
to only have
DNA on them.
But he had one speck of blood on a sock and then a bloody glove that didn't fit. This doesn't add up to a person who like damn near decapitated his ex-wife. Or they stabbed Ron Goldman like 96 times. It just, the details didn't add up. And this is all random, dude. We're way off in the weeds on this one. But I've always believed that OJ had an accomplice that was just never recognized.
Yeah.
Because obviously this investigation was botched from the start. The DA was fucked on it. So much shit was screwed up. There had to be somebody else. Like, he couldn't have done all that and not been covered in blood. And it's just difficult. I don't know.
And he did have an alibi. People
did have an alibi.
Forget that he had an actual alibi, and people stood to him, and that hey, that could be a thing, man. Perhaps that has a true. Yeah. Did you? I mean, again, I don't want to get deeper, but did you see the docuseries, The People versus O.J. Simpson?
That was the one that was it was like the dramatized series, right? With Cuba Gooding Jr.
Yep.
Yeah, I loved it. I thought it was wonderful. I thought it was very spot on. It's one of those that, like, a lot of times you can't watch a movie or a docuseries that's fake or fiction and based on a true story and then be able to absorb the whole story. And I think you can through that series. I think everyone played their parts great. It was all done really well. What I liked about it is Cuba Gooding Jr. had a real good performance in it, but he says he has the line, and Jay-Z repeats the line in a song. He says, "I'm not black, I'm OJ." That shit says so much. That resonated with me when I watched it.
He was beloved in country clubs.
Exactly. People
California.
The only black man younger than us.
In some of them.
People younger than us don't think about this. OJ was a loved and respected person because he played so fucking well at football. The first person to ever rush over 2,000 yards. That's incredible.
An All-American,
and
right?
Transitioned into Hollywood, and he was in movies that people enjoyed. I mean,
Airplane.
OJ was untouchable until the murders.
Yeah. Wow.
Speaking of murders, let's get into the burial of MGK. Plenty of shit to talk about. Like, we brought up the fight with McGregor. God, if only that punch connected to his bitch ass. One of the most disturbing things I found while digging up dirt on him is a little quote he said. "I'm not waiting till she's 18. I'm 23, dog. Like, I'm not like a creepy age."
He actually said that?
Yeah.
That's an actual quote?
Oh, yeah.
Bro, you're showing me a picture with words typed over it. Do not go, look at his face. No, do not. No. Where is this from?
But seriously, look at his fucking face.
It's a fucking horrible picture. Yes, but you're not going to describe where you got this from or what the context is?
He did say this. I guess he's cool with banging 17-year-olds. I don't know. MGK's kind of an idiot, dude. He thought Megan's Law was just the rules around the house living with Megan Fox. He's a fucking moron, dude.
That's a great joke, though. That's a great joke, and I think your Jon Benet Ramsey joke.
I won't be here.
He did have a great Jon Benet Ramsey joke. I mean, we're over that, right? I don't care. I'm over it. I definitely don't care about the Jon Benet Ramsey murder. Like, I find it very interesting, but yeah, you should. I think you should still throw it in at some point.
I feel like if we had like thousands of more viewers than you saying, "I don't care about the Jon Benet Ramsey murder," would go viral, dude.
100%.
I need to holler at JJ Claxton to do our TikTok and be like, yo, find all the incriminating shit Brian has ever
The we
said
fuck
and just
kids,
make
the fucking.
collage. And it's just you going like, I don't know, dude, I don't even like fat chicks. Just saying like all like the most like horrible shit. Or like that one time you called our female guest and said she looked like a dude. That was classic. I'll never fucking forget
I
that.
did not do that. I did not.
Oh man, there's been a bunch of times you botch jokes and come out looking like a
Oh shit.
misogynist. Yeah, we could definitely
Oh
highlight
no,
that.
I definitely dig in when I go for my jerk Brian jokes for sure. When I go to the the jokes where I just don't give a fuck. Fuck you. I don't care. What? I don't
I
care.
feel
Like that's what my
like
response is. Like,
sometimes you get like degaff and say some raunchy shit where I'm like, yo, PC, and it's like I feel like since you think you're engaged that like you could say whatever you want. It's like obviously I don't hate women. I'm engaged to one, you know? Go ask her. I never fucking had her. You know, I'll make a joke about hitting a woman, but I never fucking had her. I use a sack of oranges so they don't leave a bruise.
I fuck her up. What are you talking about?
Oh my god, dude, I would whoop your ass. I already stopped
Oh
listening to
shit.
Little Uzi Vert over this shit. Yo, real quick.
That's great.
Remember Lil Uzi Vert had a pink diamond inserted into his head that cost
Yeah, he
$24
did.
million?
Yeah, he
Remember
did.
what we said when that happened?
I mean, we talked a bunch of different things, but I think we said that someone was
We
gonna try
we
to jack
collectively
it.
said that shit's gonna get ripped out.
Oh, well, yeah, there that someone wanted to come for it, right?
So apparently he wised
No.
up, and during the summer he had it removed. I completely forgot. He kept the diamond, so it's not like he lost value.
What's
He
his
kept
head
it.
look like? Can we see his head?
So here's the thing. I didn't get to see it, and when I saw pictures of him, I wasn't thinking of it to notice anything on his forehead. There might just be like a scar or whatever. I assume every rapper has a face tat, so I don't look too much into it. Okay? He had it reinserted for his Rolling Loud performance. Obviously, a big festival. Wanted it back in his head. Jumped in the crowd. What do you think happened?
No,
They
stop it.
pulled that $24 million pink diamond out his motherfucking head. Now, we can't laugh fully at this because one, he didn't really get hurt or end up in the hospital or die like he said he would, and he still has the diamond. But this is stupid, right? It's stupid to have that shit in your head. Like, you're rich as hell. Okay, cool. He said he wanted the diamond for a long time, and the best way to store it is in his head. I can actually understand that. I can't really wrap my mind around like you being super rich and wanting a $24 million diamond when like you could probably get a $24 million home. To like, I don't know, when I spend like hella money, dude, like if I'm gonna buy $500 shoes, I think about it in this sense. Can I play with it? Is it a toy? When I take it out the box, I'm gonna look at them. I might put them on the next day, but I can't play with it. So like I have no problem spending $100 on deluxe edition of video games because it's like I can physically play it. But that fucking diamond, dude, that's stupid. You could have bought like half a theme park or a fucking like 3-bedroom home in LA.
You probably could have bought a whole theme park for $24 million. Just saying.
You could, dude, for 24
But I
million.
agree.
I don't think you can get any pro team in
You,
the U.S.
I said theme park.
Oh yeah, you could definitely buy one of the Six Flags over Georgia.
So those jewels, they're probably by David's or some shit, where it's like a diamond or a sapphire or something, and it'll sit in like this little frame, and as it rests on the chick's like tits or whatever, the heartbeat of her makes the jewel flutter in the frame that it's sitting in, and it just kind of like rests there or like whatever. Maybe when she's like getting fucked, it's like hitting her face. Anyways, it moves in the frame, and I thought that maybe he had that like in a frame like that, he could like jiggle it maybe every now and then, let his cats like play with it. Maybe like when he's talking shit, flick it like he's flicking a clit and like making it look all sexual, or maybe that could be like a thing when he's down there, the chick's like.
I think he should put the pink diamond back in his head. He should pluck out an eye, get a glass eye, maybe all black, and then just stand under a street light, constantly flicking a coin, waiting for Batman.
He did the all blacker grill, and it did not look good.
There's a lot of shit in the jewelry world that's all black that don't look good. Like, unless you got a Dodge Charger, like, you don't need to go murdered out black on black on black.
Unless you have a Dodge Charger.
It's a joke, Brian. I mean any car.
I know.
Dodge Charger. Dude, if I think of a blacked out Dodge Charger, I think of that motherfucker Breakthrough. What's his name? Said he didn't make any money off that festival, but pulled up in a new car.
Oh God, what were their names?
Oh, the main dude that was the
Jared.
hardcore guy.
Jared.
No, that was the indie guy.
Oh,
He was the softer dude that booked at like D Piazza's or whatever the fuck it's called.
I'm surprised that I remember that. He was the dude that we went and sat down with when we talked about X Tyrant X. Remember that?
Yeah,
How
yeah.
hard was that fucking band, bro?
Fuck them.
That was
Yo,
the.
shouts to Worship and Tribute Nerd for this comment. This made me think. Are you guys supporting the Corey Taylor solo album over MGK? So whack, unfollow. The Corey Taylor solo album was fucking terrible. But the only thing worse than the MGK pop punk album is like, I don't know. Name something, Brian. Think pulling up to Chick-fil-A and then finding out it's Sunday.
Damn, that's a harsh one for sure. Yeah.
Moreno Valley, Chick-fil-A. Shouts to you. I've pulled up to you numerous times on a Sunday to be disappointed.
Yeah. Yeah.
Speaking of disappointment, shout out to the entire Moreno Valley.
Also factual. Also, that's also a great statement. Oh fuck.
All right, so back to this bitch MGK.
No.
All right.
Oh hey, by the way, can we talk about the Corey Taylor MGK beef? Because that's a great point.
Yes.
Rickshaw. Thank you for
You know
jumping
what?
in.
I'll get
Boy,
into
Rickshaw.
it right now and explain a little. So this came out at Riot Fest. MGK made some comments and said that he rejected a verse from Corey Taylor and said that Slipknot is just a bunch of 50-year-old dudes wearing masks. Okay? Corey Taylor jumped on Twitter and said, I have the receipts, and then posted them. This is an email from Travis Barker to Corey Taylor, who's working on the MGK songs. Yo, Corey, we love it. Peep these notes from Kells. It's super fucking close. So what this is the song's already been sent, as you can see, .mp3. Corey Taylor's recorded, send it back. I find this email fascinating because I've dealt with a lot of artists. They talk out their ass and think they're creative as fuck when they're really just weirdos that think they're smart. These notes from the artists are hilarious, and I assure you that a million other artists think the exact same stupid-ass way. Yo, Trav got super inspired again after listening to Corey's vocals on Can't Look Back and added some guitars over his part so it kicks you in the face right when his voice comes in. I want you to remember this is a pop punk record. And the album's out. You know what it sounds like. Nothing on that record kicks you in the face unless you're listening to it while you're at jiu-jitsu practice. Okay? Number one, can you tell him he fucking killed it? And I'm stoked and honored he is even on it. What the fuck? That's very contradictory to what MGK says later on. Number two, this is the funniest shit ever, okay? I have seen so many artists say shit like this. They watch the news, they get inspired, and they think that they're just being creative when really they're just talking out their ass and they're making bad decisions. Two, I've been watching the news lately about the war and the state of everything, and it made me look at the song a different way. Like, soldiers need a song to stay alive to, a song to fight to, keep them going. I want to know what song on that stupid pop punk record is for the soldiers. Because if I heard that and I was in Afghanistan, I would swallow an IED. I added a bridge that makes the last chorus pretty powerful. I think you and him will dig it. 3, I sent Corey an idea for the second half of his verse, and he can obviously say fuck it, but it would be sick to see if it inspired anything or if he could try it like that. So you went out, you got Corey Taylor jump on your song, and now you're going to tell him how to record what he already recorded. Number 4, I laid a demo scream-ish type track under his first part of the verse that would be dope to hear in his psychosocial voice. So now you are straight instructing your guest feature how to do it and saying to do it like this other song you did, and you've now recorded underneath it like, hey, just copy what I did, guy. I know you're an incredibly talented artist that's more successful than me, but just copy what I did. Number 5, fuck yeah, tell him he rocks. All right. I could read all that and be like, wow, fuck this project. Corey writes back and is very respectful. Hey, man, sorry I missed your call last night, by the way. I'm on dad hours, haha. So I listened to the ideas, and to be honest, I don't think I'm the right guy for the track, Nothing personal. I just think that if this is what MGK is looking for, someone else is the guy to do it. It's all good, and I'm stoked for him. I hope you guys find the right fit for it. Hope you understand, and I wish you guys the best with it. If I can help in any way, let me know. All the best, CT. And this is hard as fuck. Instead of saying sent from my iPhone, it says sent with the devil's whisper. I don't even know what that means, but the fact that that's Corey's signature is hard. You're muted, Brian.
I think that response from Corey was a very, like, nah, bruh, not into it. Like,
Is it respectful though? Because you can
oh, of
tell he's
course,
saying
and
"fuck off." I don't want this at all.
of course, that's the professional way of saying fuck off. I don't want this at all. And MGK, listen, uh, I think there's a reason people hire managers, and it's to do these things because you can't. And that shows it. The way that you structured just that entire like clip it of note. I understand their notes, and they're not. I get it. They're not fucking communication experts. They're not here trying to fucking be proper in every way, shape, and form. But if you're gonna come at a professional, an artist who's been doing it for longer than you've been alive and doing it successfully for just as long, I would expect a little bit of fucking professionalism, and I'd expect a little bit of an air of what you're trying to do, which is collaborate, not instruct, as Matt pointed out, on what he should be doing. And I think that is just, it comes off so tacky. It comes off so tacky, and I think that's why Corey had to put it so bluntly. He said it very bluntly, very straightforward, very fucking professional. Very professional.
I think that the fact that MGK was trying to brag and saying we rejected a verse, to me, it says that MGK's insulted that Corey didn't want to work on the album. I could understand Travis reading that email going, oh man, I got to relay this back to Kells and he's probably going to be insulted. I bet you when he read the email back, Kells flipped all that, telling me rocks, I can't believe he's on a song with me, what the fuck. I bet you he flipped all of that into fuck this guy, fuck them, they wear masks, they're talentless, they're stupid. I bet you he heard the Corey Taylor album, we didn't like it, and I bet you he shitted all over it. But there's nothing that MGK's ever done that could hold a torch to Slipknot or any song they've ever done.
Notice he didn't attack Corey because Corey would straight fuck him up, and that's probably why he didn't go after Corey.
He said this shit on stage at Riot Fest when Slipknot's there, so I mean, to me, that's like saying it in front of him, dude. Like, you
So
brought up
Slipknot,
Buddy,
yeah.
Buddy from Census Fail before. When they did the Saints and Sinners Fest, Buddy was constantly shitting on Hollywood Undead and Broken Side and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that. I also think though that when you call out the band at a festival like that, that's, oh dang, did you hear what he said about Slipknot? I can't believe he said that. That's another band that's playing. Oh my god, what are they gonna say? Like, that's the kind of filter that gets tossed out there when you say something like that. If he would have attacked Corey personally, when him and Corey were the ones that apparently had the exchange, although it was done from Travis, when they were the ones that were working together, if he would have come out and said something about Corey or about how shitty his album was, or even taken like a failed attempt at a shot, Corey could have come back and been probably a lot harsher. And I think we all know that Corey's one of the guys that isn't going to take shit. And we all know what MGK's doing. He's avoiding. He's avoidance of conflict here because you decided to open your fucking mouth when you didn't even need to fucking say anything. You should have just left it at that. He didn't want to work with you. You should have left it at that. Why are you bringing it into the public eye as tacky to begin with?
This is his MO. I mean, we saw what happened with the Eminem thing, okay? And that was a divide because you saw the generational gap. You saw the kids that were too young to have heard the hardcore Eminem lyricism, and they think that he's just some washed rapper who hates women, and they're all misinformed on him. They could side with MGK. That shit makes sense to me. What doesn't make sense is MGK doing this again, because I don't think that worked out for him. He took a lot of flack for that, and he ultimately lost that beef. Like, his diss song was not good. He jumped genres, and he made a record that, like, we see our friend Michael Martin in there, Rickshaw. He's saying it's a good record. I don't think it is. I know some pop punk fans think it's decent, but overall, I think it's an unimaginative record. It's very cookie cutter. It's not original. He legitimately got bullied out of rap. It's not a joke. It's not a punchline. It's not some slick shit to say because I'm an MGK hater. He did it to himself. He shit on a guy who's much more respected and successful than him. And this is what I was saying when it comes down to it. Like, fuck all the jokes and shit. Like, let's be serious here. What has MGK ever done in his career? What has he done? He's a rapper. He's a white rapper signed to Bad Boy. Okay, can you name one rap song he did that was cool? Did he have a clever line that you like? Did he have a clever verse? Was there ever like an MGK guest appearance where you're like, damn, Kel's killed that shit? Yo, anytime they get MGK on a guest feature, he kills that shit. I can't name one guest feature he's ever been a part of. Every time I thought he had a cool song, I remembered, oh yeah, that was Yellow Wolf. It wasn't even MGK. So
It,
my problem with them is that he wasn't original in hip hop. He made songs, I'm not going to say they outright sucked. They were listenable, but they're not memorable. They don't have substance. They don't hold any weight. You never need to go back and hear them a second or third time. They're just in passing. I'd be curious to hear what Diddy thought of them, because Diddy's hired so many fucking rappers that come and go. I mean, what does he think of them? Kells didn't do anything original. He got bullied out of rap due to his own fault for beefing with the more successful artists. He went to pop punk. And he did a record that pop punk fans, some of them enjoyed, but you changed demographics. You had no problem alienating that core fan base that liked the original shit. If, I'm sure it wasn't a huge number. But now you make music, and I'm not fucking kidding when I say this shit. You make music for 13-year-old girls. It's not an insult. That's not some made-up statistic. That's fact. You make pop punk music that is for 13-year-old girls. The same girls that are digging that band Girlfriends with Travis Mills are probably nerding out over the MGK pop punk record. But it's not good. Corey Taylor wouldn't have fit on it. None of those songs on that record are for soldiers. I can't imagine a single Marine, Air Force, Army, anybody listening to that album and feeling something besides frustration. No, that's not for soldiers. You don't make the type of rock music that's even for masculinity. You don't make cock rock. You don't make active rock. You make the only sissier type of rock that exists would be indie rock, to be like Death Cab for Cutie. I mean, dude, it's about as soft as you get. You are all-time low. You are the Wish version of all-time low. You're when I go on eBay and type in all-time low, and it's some dude from China selling all-time low for like $14.99 when it's really like $400, and I buy it. And when it arrives, it looks worse than this fake Bo Jackson throwback I got.
it was, it's a lot. That's a lot. The MGK, I feel like, is missing the reality of the situation here when he's attacking Slipknot as if they're 50-year-old men in masks. But my guy, you're 31. Like, my chick's younger than you are. For you to say that Slipknot are a bunch of old dudes and to act as if you're not 19 years old younger than them, and like you were most 100% definitely bumping Iowa and fucking, the fucking volumes and shit. Like, you were all about that shit, and it. My Plague is probably your fucking favorite banger. Like, don't be sitting here and throwing the shade when, if it wasn't for Slipknot, you wouldn't have this like aggression you wanted to put into music. Okay, Slipknot came and ripped the fucking doors open and for metal music, and yeah, you're right. There's nothing that MGK did on that most recent album that even remotely wanted a Slipknot-esque style of song. Okay, you want to talk about what was the song that he wanted the vocals to sound like?
He wanted it to sound like psychosocial.
Psychosocial.
Like, you're talking about psychosocial,
right. Yes, exactly.
There's nothing on that MGK record where that psychosocial voice would fit. I mean, you're talking completely different guitar tone. Like, is MGK as an artist? I mean, like, being creative.
He did a screamish thing behind it. Shut the fuck up, bro. Stop.
I look at someone trying to be creative, and it's MGK. It's all those notes in the email. I've been watching the news, and I'm thinking about the soldiers, and if he could do it like this, because this is what I... No. None of the fucking soldiers care about MGK. None of that shit adds up. Like, it's just, like, look, I have a big problem with artists of any genre, any musician, and you want to shit on someone bigger than you. Okay, in the rap world, we've seen it backfire poorly, okay? We've seen T.I. versus Little Flip, where T.I. came out on top because, like, dude, at the end of that beef, like, 10 years ago, T.I. was probably, like, the top rapper on the radio. I mean, he was on every fucking song. Times are changed now. T.I. is barely on the radio at all, unless it's a 5-year-old song. But he killed Little Flip's career. Killed. Little Flip's album got delayed and then like canceled. It never fucking came out. Okay, you look at 50 Cent and Ja Rule. Ja Rule had commercial success. And even after the beef, tried to hold on. He did Clapback. You love that song. He did that New York song. And it's like Ja Rule fell off. That's why he did Firefest, because he can't fucking make records. If he did, or he could, or if anyone would want them, if there was a demand, he would have been done that. He can't. People don't want to hear that shit. I would be curious if people want to hear 50 Cent now, because he hasn't put out an album in a while. I bet you he knows. Some of these people are aware. MGK is not. MGK is the type of dude, he's going to keep making these mistakes. Everyone's making the joke that since he switched genres the first time, that now he's going to go make a country record. I don't think it's out of the realm of possibility, because the dude is, I don't know what he's about. I don't know what he's true to. I don't know who he is as a person. I don't know what he stands for. No one does. You can't listen to his, like, as a rapper, those are things that should be said in every verse of every song. Okay, I look at the rappers that I like, you know, the Griselda dudes, West Side Gun, you know exactly what they all stand for. You hear it in every song. MGK is like, what are you? Like, you don't rap about selling dope, you don't kill nobody. What are you? Are you just exist? Like, he just exists, dude. He doesn't have anything memorable. Like, in 5 years, is he still gonna have a career? Are we gonna remember that he beefed with Eminem and Slipknot? Like, it's funny now, but if he don't drop more music and he becomes irrelevant in a year or two, we're not going to remember this beef. Slipknot's going to keep making music till they're all dead in the grave. And then we're going to re-release all their records. There's never going to be a 10th or 15th anniversary release for MGK, because his music doesn't matter. It's not timeless. It doesn't have, like, there are Miley Cyrus songs that are timeless, that have substance. I don't like them, but they exist. MGK does not have that. I'd love to meet an MGK fan. I mean, I'm not going to go and hang out at middle schools to fucking speak to you, but I'd love to hear what they actually enjoy about him, or what they think is, oh, this is my favorite song, or this is my favorite line. Like, do you just like the pop punk shit? Like,
I
don't
mean,
know.
we
Corey's
let's
solo record isn't timeless. It's actually awful, but Slipknot is timeless. And Corey Taylor as an enigma is timeless. Corey Taylor, like, you could sell a 5-inch Corey Taylor figurine for hundreds of dollars. People will jump to it. Sell that shit for MGK. Who's going crazy for it? There's just a big disparagement in success between Slipknot and MGK. You can't beef with someone when you need to jump and swing up just to hit them in the knees. This is a failure. I don't care how much, like, okay, any press is good press. We've known that. You know, I managed a shitty band that sounded like Broken Side. They had bad press, and it worked. It got them somewhere. I don't believe that to be true in this case. It might get you some extra streams right now while you're in the news, but what are you going to follow it up with? Is he going to drop a record like, okay, it's going to be another pop punk record most likely. That's not going to be followed up with the attitude of you dissing other artists. If you had a rap record, we could expect you to maybe name drop them on there, but you're not going to do that. I'd like to know if he can even make another rap record, or if Diddy owns his ass or owns his rap rights, or what the deal is, because he seems to own every artist he messes with. I just think MGK isn't worthy of us really attacking him or harming him or doing anything, because I think he's going to fuck his own career up and he's going to disappear. He's going to start fading immediately. When this Slipknot story goes away, he's not going to have another song. He's going to fade away.
I mean, unfortunately, I think it's one of those, like, pests that are, probably be around a while. Is he, ironic as this is, do I ever expect to see MGK in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, where we
Oh
see
my
some
God.
other, where we see some
That's a
other
good
questionable,
question.
where we see some other questionable acts? Granted, he is from Cleveland, Ohio. He does reside from there, and is apparently in the rock scene now because he's a punk rocker. But no, I don't expect him to ever be inducted into that institution.
This is a full hour conversation. I'm gonna go back to work. It will be funner.
Wow,
Wow,
bro. No,
wow,
Matt specifically wanted to
wow.
spend 26 minutes and 37 seconds, and I have exactly 15 seconds left, and I'm going to use it,
Definitely don't watch,
bitch.
rate, review, or subscribe to the Worship and Tribute Nerds on YouTube.
I mean,
Definitely don't go back and listen to old I Wrestled a Bear Once records. That's a good point, Jordan. He's like a fart in the wind, lingers for a bit, then poof, he's gone. Man, you're correct because the Eminem beef. There was a moment where he dropped a diss record, and until he did pop punk music and the Travis Barker stuff, he did fade away. That's where I was going to make the Jon Benet Ramsey disappearance joke. I didn't want.
What's today? Okay, today's what? The 24th. Shout out to JJ. It's the real Watermelon Jigga official on Instagram. It's his birthday today. Shout out JJ.
Shout out JJ.
Today's the 24th. Hey Siri, set a reminder for September 24th, 2022. Hey Siri.
Just 1 year. I would be curious to what his career looks like at that point.
Hey Siri, set a reminder on September 24th, 2022.
Riveting.
What do you want to be reminded about?
Remind Matt that he's a fucking idiot and that MGK will still be relevant within a year, but will more than likely die out like in time. But yeah, bro, he's MGK. Of course he's going to be relevant in
a year. Yeah, a year's one thing, but like a year is the minimum, dude. In 2 years, I don't see it. In 3 years, nah. And in 5, I guarantee it. No one's going to remember or care about this dude.
Added it to my calendar. Yeah, but you did just say that after the Slipknot thing is done, he's going to be forgotten. I don't think that's the case. I think he's going to be around
talented white rappers we've forgotten about. Yellow Wolf, Asher Roth, they've come and gone.
Logic.
No. I said talented, not bores me to fucking sleep.
I mean, okay. Well, what's up, Wiki? Shout out to Wiki, Manhattan, baby. What up?
Oh man, but you know what? We're gonna work harder to roast more people and bury them on the show, and it'll be fun. Brian, where can they find you?
They can find me at @ofbrianofdeath on Instagram and Twitter. Of course, as always, you guys should know this. And they can find my podcast, Common Chaos Podcast, at commonchaos.net. There will be a new episode up here shortly for you guys. And for all my boys out there in the hood, don't forget to get me on Grindr. But Lovin' Bri Boy is my name. And you know what? Sorry I haven't been responding to messages. I don't.
He's just been busy, but keep sending them. He'll definitely pop up. Make sure to follow both my Twitter accounts, since some dumb son of a bitch got our account suspended on the main. @Scene Radio is the account to get all the links to shows and goodness, and follow my personal account where you can see me rant about MGK or talking about how UFC ring girls is my dream job. @Musselwhite Matt.
Can we state for the record that the dumb son of a bitch that got the OG Twitter handle banned was actually you? Can we address that?
Instagram is @iHateTheScene. Twitter @Scene Radio. You can find us every single motherfucking Friday night, broadcasting live to you and yours on twitch.tv/iHateTheScene, facebook.com/iHateTheScene. And the most important one, Brian, I've already lost like 2 of my kids because I'm not feeding them because nobody's subscribing to this shit. youtube.com/c/iHateTheScene. Very important. You can find all these links and more at iHateTheScene.com. We also have a sweet link tree on the Instagram. You can find all these links with just one simple click in our bio on Instagram. I didn't set it up to just talk about it, so go click that shit. All right, I'm gonna go pick up a Little Caesars pizza. They're not a sponsor, but
fuck. You sick fuck. Get the fuck out of here. Have fun shitting your toilet and.
What am I supposed to do? Get Papa Yawns at fucking midnight? Doesn't happen, Brian.
End the fucking show. Boot us both.
Fuck this guy. Stupid piece of shit. Any last words?
May all your gains be loyal.
Baba Booey, Baba Booey. MGK sucks.
I knew I was fucked.